Bass guitar, please.
Okay. So you want I'm coming in.
We're all friends and musical accomplices of Mo Foster's, and we've just come to pay tribute to him.
Once you'd made that friendship, that became your friendship group, because it was a smaller group of people then that were on the session circuit, that were doing the TV shows. That connection just grew branches of a tree, and we all became part of that same trunk and all knew each other from the one set of roots. And I think that's, well, you can tell just by being here now, we are all still part of that same big tree. Yeah. And it is thrilling to see people from, well, all corners of the world have come here to play for Mo and pay tribute to him.
When you've got world-class people like this, it's just mind-blowing.
Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'm Mo Foster, and I started life as a scientist, but I was terrible, and became a bass player, and a composer, and a producer, and an author. Is that enough?
And you think that's funny, do you?
I picked up a guitar initially because I'd seen a friend of mine at school playing one. I was amazed by it. And at which point I contracted chickenpox. So I was stuck in bed for 2 weeks, or whatever it was, and learned a few chords. And I thought, that's how you learn. So I was convinced afterwards that anyone who had chickenpox could play guitar afterwards.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
I'm actually feeling very nervous. I don't know why I should feel nervous. I just want everything to be right for them, you know?
And it will. It's going to go like a flash, so we need to enjoy it now.
It's going to be happy now. It's going to be no sadness.
No sadness. Here we go. I want to introduce you to Mo's lifelong soulmate, who had this utterly madcap idea to make this show happen tonight and to bring us all together. So please welcome the very best of Mo's besties, Ray Russell.
I don't want to catch anyone being sad, because this is a celebration of Mo's life. And you know, he lived by music exactly the same as he did humour.
There were no colleges where you could study electric instruments. It was all acoustic. So I studied physics. It was the next best thing. And discovered jazz when I was there, because I never read music, because I'd gone to university to do science. I used to get booked on big sessions with orchestras and I couldn't read. I could read chords and I could improvise and I could pick up what was going on. But it was getting dangerous. This is a big orchestra at number 2. And with David Rose as the conductor, the guy who wrote The Stripper. And halfway through one session, he pointed at me and said, "Mr. Bass Player, would you please play bars 59 to 7, you know, that kind of thing." And 50 heads turned to see who the victim was. And I had no idea. I'd played what I thought the part ought to be. And he was very kind. He said, "Well, it's not what I've written, but it'll do."
An old song leading to a new song about an old friend called Surreal. You can clap your hands if you will. Surreal. He was a guy you never forget. Saxophone genius in a pork pie hat. Small times when his claim to fame. Only the locals ever knew his name. But he was cool, yeah, and he was cool like that. And you say, "Call me Surreal," yeah. And you say, "Call me Surreal." Up a guy you never forget. Saxophone genius in a car. Small times were his claim to fame. Only the locals ever knew his name. But he was cool, 'cause he was cool like that. He confound you and confuse you. He drop you into the changes and lose you. All you can do is all you can do. Just relax. It's a real, take you into the cool. 'Cause he's cool like that. like that. The scat like that. Scat, 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 that, that. He was cool like that. He was cool like that. Listen, folks, we want to get you involved if we can. Do a little holler back with me here. Yeah. Can you hear me now? One more time. Can you hear me now? One more time. Can you hear me now? One more time. Say, can you hear me now? One more time. Can you hear me now? One more time. Can you hear me now? One more time. Well, all right. Thank you, Renee. And you should call me Serene again. And you should call me Serene. Yeah. Call me Serene. Thank you.
And so, what was Mo like as a person?
A laugh.
Ace, great sense of humour.
Are you-
Lovely, very kind and lovely.
Yeah, very nice man. Laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in 1965, and I think he probably told me a joke then, but I can't remember it.
You'd always have a laugh with him. He loved that sort of musician's humour, you know.
I was in there's a shop, it's gone now, called the Bass Centre in Wapping, and I went in to buy some bits and pieces. And there was another bass player in there called Steve Stroud. I just thought I'd ask him. I said, Steve, what strings do you use? He said, well, I do try to use all four of them.
Thank you.
At home, it's still experimenting. I made a record out of aluminium, cut it on a 78 player, borrowed a tape recorder, and I made a mixer out of a toffee tin and 4 potentiometers out of old televisions. In fact, the old televisions, the neighbours were just giving me old shit that didn't work. I'd take it apart and fail to repair it. My dad got fed up with this. We had 10 televisions, which he dug a very great hole in the garden, put them in, and he'd found an old iron water pump and put that in with it. I thought some archaeologist of the future is going to be very baffled by this.
I was presenting a TV series, Saturday live afternoon show, BBC, and my musical director at the time, a great guy called Jonathan Cohen, he said, we need a really great band for this. And he said, I know just the bass player, and the rest is history. Because Mo was my bass player on that TV show that I presented, and we began a long partnership, both as writing and the very best of friends, from that first TV show. So before I introduce a very special next guest, I thought I'd share with you just a small selection of footnotes from Mo to me that he would often send to sign off an email or simply maybe just have a thought for the day. Morning, Kim. My favourite joke. My grief counsellor died recently. Luckily, he was so good, I didn't give a shit. So thinking of older ladies, I don't know if we actually were, but that's how it started. Jane and Arlene are sitting outside their nursing home. They're having a drink and a smoke when it starts to rain. And Jane pulls out a condom and she cuts off the end and she puts it on the cigarette and she continues to smoke. Arlene, what in the hell is that? Well, it's a condom. It's the way I keep a cigarette nice and dry so it doesn't actually get wet in the rain. Arlene, where did you get that from? Oh, you can get them at any pharmacy, Arlene. So the next day, Arlene hobbles herself into the local pharmacy and announces to the pharmacist that she would like a box of condoms. The pharmacist, obviously embarrassed, looks at her kind of strangely. She is, after all, over 80, but very delicately says, what size? What texture? What brand of condom do you prefer? Oh, honestly, it doesn't matter, Sonny, as long as it fits on a camel. I think it really represents how Mo felt, and it was a quote that he used quite a lot. And it was a J.M. Barrie quote. It said, nothing is ever work unless there is something else that you would much prefer to be doing. And I think that's me, he said. So I think this quote says, I think this quote says absolutely everything about Mo. He never ever lost his love of work, and it leads perfectly into what was to be his final work, which is producing an album that he was so incredibly proud of. Please welcome the formidable Debbie Bonham.
Well, hello everybody. It really is quite an honour to be here, and we're all here for the same reason. We all loved Mo Foster, and this is for Mo tonight. And all of you out there, thank you for coming.
Whoa.
built this place some years ago, and we never thought our dreams would be broken. But no one knows what's behind closed doors. And the old house stands on the hill, and the love that I knew, well, they are buried there. How will they wait with my arms open wide for when I see them, when I see them again. Now the leaves they blow through the garden, and there's no sign save the spirits, but the house still remains, and the land it's still the same, but only the song it has now changed. And the old house, it stands on the hill, and the love that I knew, well, they are buried there. How will they wait? Well, with my arms open wide for when I see them, when I see them again. And the old house stands on the hill, and the love that I knew, they're buried there. How will they wait there? Well, with my arms open so wide for when I see him. I know I will see him again. Oh, Foster.
I didn't know what sessions were, but my name had come up, and I met Mike Moran, keyboard player, and Ray Cooper was on percussion.
The dustman.
Yeah, the pen bag. But what was sweet was that Clem came up to me in a break and checked I was all right, didn't you? It was very sweet, that was.
Make them feel
That was terrific. It did help.
My story is Marvin Gaye and the 5 phone calls to LA. For a 3-hour session, we're playing this thing away. Marvin's in the box with his minders sort of around him, so we're discouraged to go in. By 6 o'clock in the evening, we still didn't have his one track down. So I had to be the one knocked on the door. I was delegated. As I got to the door, I knocked on the door, and this real heavy dude said, "Yeah." I said, "Can I speak to Mr. Gay, please?" Or whatever I said was going to be wrong. Anyway, Marvin comes out. Say hi, Marvin. And this time I've noticed there's a little kerfuffle behind me. People queuing up, like the other guys getting closer. I'm thinking, oh, I'm in this shit now. So I said, Marvin, look, it's really hard. I can't go any longer. I'll come back and do the overdub, whatever. And he looks at me really mean. He says, I'm going to make 5 phone calls to LA, make sure you never work there again. And then suddenly, Mo comes round my shoulder because he's a bit tall, and he says, why not make it 6 calls?
Fantastic. All right.
We have folded totally. He hates us, and that's how I get fired from Marvin Gaye.
Oh.
And Mo too.
And Mo too.
Yes, of course.
In the 70s, the Fex pedals began appearing. This is one I bought in the States in 74. It's a phase pedal. There was a thing called doubling. And this is an MU, Musicians Union ruling, that if a player brought his main instrument, say guitar and mandolin, and played both on the same session, he could charge what's called doubling and get an extra 25% of his fee, which is good. So all the guitar players were having a great time with this. But the bass players had got nothing. And this really pissed me off. There was so I decided to have a pedal made for me that hadn't got anything in it, just went through a switch that didn't do anything. And I'd say to the producer, fancy a bit of this, and play a bit different. And he liked it, and I charged for it. So I was charging for a piece of wire going through a box. Can I tell you what it was called? It had initials on it called DFA. It does fuck all. I mean, I used to request that I brought the DFA pedal. It's got LEDs on it, which show you when it's not doing anything. So it's a DFA Mark II. It's very useful, this.
Some more. I remember when you came knocking at my door, tapping your feet, still taking more. Clothes in a bundle, mind in a mess. I bet your sweet soul sisters never guessed you were a sweet surrender. Come on,
looking back, looking forward, looking at yourself, how would you sum all this nonsense up?
It's been wonderful to have had the privilege of being a musician for 40 odd years. When I could have been a scientist, I've met some much more fun people, much more entertaining, and beautiful players. It's been really wonderful. And I remember a line that somebody once said to Patrick Moore, the astronomer who played xylophone, and they said to him, have you played xylophone all of your life? And he said, oh, no, not yet. So I feel a bit like that. It's still going on.
Now, you notice by your seats, you might have something, a little package. Not that kind of package. That's enough. The reason we're doing this is, as part of the Final Farewell, is that Mo really loved the Bonzo Dog Doodah band. It sort of fitted in, hey, with his sense of humour. And when his father died, it was a kind of a bit more of a, coffin affair. And it kind of went, and he put this Bonzo Dog Doodah band on at the end, and no one laughed. And he said, that's never going to happen to me. When I go, I want this silly, stupid music to play and everybody to laugh. So, get ready.
Lights for the brass, please.
And here we go. Really appreciate it. And thanks everybody here for coming to do this gig. I really am in awe of this gig. I'm so humbled. Thank you.